And that's one thing that greatly concerns me with this Greenway Compact, is that individuals will no longer have rights. Now, another gentleman spoke about this is all voluntary, and apparently that's the way that it seems to be phrased. However, it's based on the decisions made by the municipalities, by legislatures, not by individuals with rights. That's the part that greatly concerns me, because we're supposed to be a nation of people. People have rights, not citizens who are granted privileges for land that they already own, for land that they have cultivated, for land that they have inherited. So I urge you all to consider that and read not just the words on the paper, but read between the lines. Because once you agree to things and once you accept money for things, you are bound by the people that have given you the money and whatever potential agendas that they have. And in the positions that you are entrusted to take care of the people and our rights. Please take those things into consideration.
In yet another unconstitutional overreach, ABAG and MTC are planning on diverting federal transportation funds to a pilot program that will give money to special interest groups to target private land for acquisition and conservation easements, and will lobby local jurisdictions for regulation if they do not comply. These targeted private properties are currently focused in PCAs or properties connected to PCAs, but this program could easily be expanded to include any other private land within the Bay Area that MTC and ABAG deem necessary to conserve. If landowners don't voluntarily agree to sell their land or sign on to a conservation easement, their land will be targeted for further regulation by these agencies and stakeholder groups. This program has never been discussed at any of the public workshops over the last 4 years that I've attended, and is not part of SB 375 or AB 32. So why are transportation agencies like MTC, Caltrans, and the DOT diverting state and federal transportation funds to PCAs when the public has not been properly informed about the program as it relates to Plan Bay Area? And why were these PCAs selected in 2007 without any legislation mandating this type of action? Were any of the private landowners notified of the PCA submissions, and were they given a chance to opt out and or hold a public hearing? Will landowners who agree to conservation easements be advised that the easement holder will benefit from windfall carbon credit profits and not the landowner? My guess is no. Right now, this agency is planning the diversion of $10 million for this pilot program, and another 5% later on. These PCA areas are just the beginning of a wildlife habitat corridor system that is planned throughout California and eventually the rest of the country.
125 residents came out and for the third time told them we do not need affordable housing here. And then they laid low, and then 3 months later or so, there was an article in the Millerton News that said that Stan Morse, the deputy mayor, said we're going to deal with the housing on the town and village level because it's an important topic and needs our attention. Who told him that? It's all coming down around the world. It's not just in our country or in our county. Every single town in every little, in every country of the world is getting the same basic blueprint for this little center of dense population and nothing outside it. We had a Hannaford store try to come into Millerton, where I live, and they tried to use the comprehensive plan to stop it at one of the planning meetings. And they found out, unfortunately for them, that they couldn't use the comprehensive plan because they hadn't changed the zoning laws to fit with it. But that comprehensive plan was made by the same people, the supervisor, and Kathy Fenn, who's someone you know very well that sat on your county housing committee, same people that are pushing the affordable housing, and created a farmland protection plan, and then turned around 6 months later and mysteriously the taxes went up on the farmers and we don't have cows. There's no more cow crossing on Route 22 where I live. People can drive up there and the farm is empty and there are no cows because we have a farmland protection plan and no damn cows. It's phony from the word go. It's a lie, and you do know about it. The Route 22 corridor plan supports the Greenway. It says right in there it supports the Greenway. And the Route 22 corridor plan has acquire the rights, transfer the rights, get these rights for open spaces. So it's not a matter of individuals deciding to do this or somebody helping them. It's a matter of a concerted effort to try to gobble up these open space lands. There's a mapping project, a GIS for Dutchess County, and I tried to find out, can I get a copy for my town of Northeast and just see, are the properties of my friends, I happen to be in the village, but if you're outside that half-mile radius, are their properties under the gun? Are they coveting those properties? And they said, oh, your map's not ready yet. I want to see that map. I want to know if my girlfriend, who owns property a little bit outside the village, is having her land coveted for these open spaces. Because they don't want anything outside the half mile. They want you to walk within that.
That's right.
Whether you're crippled, whether you're old, whether you're overweight, whether it's raining, whether it's hot, anything. And it's not practical. They killed the Hannaford. They eventually did, and this is how they do it. It's always the dirty tricks on the end of the table. You have people in every little town that are part of this cadre, that are in with the program. Some of them are do-gooders. They're old lefties. They think that this sustainable development is helping nature. That's not what it's about. It's not about helping nature. It's about controlling people.
I lived this for 33 years as the elected official of Dutchess County government, including 20 years as the county executive elected by the people of Dutchess 5 times.
Okay.
You study
4-year
house?
terms.
Excuse
And-
me,
Yes,
you
he
have
is.
some nerve. You are one of the biggest implementers of this.
Yes,
you and
sir,
Roger
you
Aiken.
are.
Would you like an opportunity to speak? I'd be happy to allow you to.
So much.
I mean, as a matter of my own view, I share probably the concerns that you have and many people have about what's referred to as Agenda 21 as a fascist, socialist, leftist, radical, wacky agenda. I don't dispute that. As a matter of fact, I have similar concerns. I respect your alert to incrementalism because it's a serious threat.
I agree with you. When did you
Okay.
learn about Agenda 21?
I've known about it for years and years and years and years and years and years and years.
Well,
Been at 100 meetings where those things have been
okay, and
discussed.
so
The national level, state level, in Washington, known about it for decades.
I want to ask you a question. You knew about Agenda 21 while you were an elected representative. Did you talk to people about Agenda 21 and what you were afraid of?
No,
Was it-
no, because I'm not a United Nations official or a federal official. I
No,
function
you're
as a
not.
county
Oh,
official.
oh,
As a
Do you
county
realize
official.
that your Greenway program?
I want to ask you a question. You knew about Agenda 21 while you were an elected representative. Did you talk to people about Agenda 21 and what you were afraid of?
No, no, because I'm not a United Nations official or a federal official. I function as a county official.
Oh,
As a county
Do you realize
official.
that your Greenway